Still in our nice long downward facing dog. Again, maybe pedaling out the feet. Walking out those hamstrings, the calves. And again, letting the neck hang heavy here. Releasing the tension from the shoulders. And we're slowly going to begin to step the right foot forward. And you step it as far forward as your body allows. Wherever it falls, and then just help yourself get it so that it's semi in between your hands. And we're going to lower the back knee down to the earth. Untuck the back toes. And you can stay here if that feels comfortable for you. Maybe extend that back leg a little bit more. Find a deeper bend in the front knee. You can come onto fingertips here, or you can come all the way up. But if you would like a deeper stretch, again, you're welcome to stay where you were. We're going to maybe walk that right foot out to the right just a little bit, open up the hip, and bring both of the palms in between, both the palms next to the right foot. And we're going to come into a lizard pose. So this is going to be a nice stretch in the hips. However, if you know your hips are pretty tight, take your time getting into this posture. Use your breath and allow yourself to arrive. Do not force this, okay? So if you have a block or a pillow, you can place it under your forearms if you know you'll need it. If you want to stay right here, this is enough for you. Perfect. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you'll come either onto those blocks or the pillows or all the way onto the forearms here. And again, this is pretty intense for the hips, so take your time as you get there. And when you do, just let the head hang nice and heavy here. Again, releasing any tension in the neck. And maybe if you're in this lizard, you want to come onto the right side of your foot and open up that hip a little bit more to the right. Maybe you even want to take the right hand and place it on the right inside of the knee and give it just a little bit of a push. Again, you know your hips better than I do. This feels pretty nice for me, but it might not for you. So you find your comfort, and that's where you go. Just a few more moments here in this particular posture. Then we'll slowly begin to come back through center. If you are on the forearms, you'll press your way onto your hands. If you are up on your knee, you'll frame the foot once more. And then we'll send our feet back to downward facing dog. So we'll uncurl the back toes, lift the knee off the earth, and then just step the right foot to meet the left. And I just want you to notice here the difference in the hips. Maybe that right hip feels a little bit more open than the left. Just take a second to notice that. Maybe walk out your downward facing dog, coming onto the toes, back to the heels. And then we'll gently tilt the gaze forward. Then again, we're going to step the left foot to the middle of the hands. So step it where it can, and then give it a little nudge forward. Then we'll untuck the back toes. We'll drop the back knee. And again, you can keep the palms framing the left foot with tented fingers or perhaps some blocks underneath the hands. And if that's too much, you come onto the knee. But if we're going deeper here, a little bit more, we're going to bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Maybe walk out that left foot just a bit, opening up the hip once more. And you'll take it onto the forearms for a nice lizard pose. Letting the head drop if you're in this lizard pose. Reaching back with that right foot as you press the tops of the foot into the earth. And again, maybe you think about coming onto the edge of that left foot, the pinky toe edge, and then reaching with that left hand onto the left knee and just pushing it away. It tends to feel pretty nice. But again, you know your body best, so you take it as it comes. A few more moments here. Good, you guys. And then we'll slowly begin to arrive back to center. Push your way back up if you were in lizard. Walk that foot back to center. Frame the left foot. Untuck the back toes. Plant the hands and step that left foot back to meet the right in a downward facing dog. Good, a nice deep bend in the knees here. Maybe straighten out the legs. And feel how the hips are right now. Notice how they feel, rather. Maybe they're equal. Maybe they feel a little bit more open. And then we'll slowly drop the knees to the earth. And then we're just going to come into a nice, comfortable seated posture. I'm going to face you guys. And we're just going to take some nice, gentle neck rolls and gentle neck movements. So we're going to start by dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder, maybe closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. I just want you to notice the shoulders. If you're trying to wrench the shoulder up towards that right ear, just think about relaxing it down and away from the ear. And feeling and noticing the stretch that this posture gives the left side of the neck and the left collarbone. I suppose you can't feel a stretch in your bones, but you know what I mean. Nice inhale, we'll come back through center. And then we'll drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, not hiking up not hiking up the left shoulder towards the ear, but letting it relax and drop down the back. And feeling that nice stretch on the right side. And on an inhale, we'll come right back through center. And then we'll just gradually incorporate some neck rolls here, tucking the chin towards the chest as you go from left to right and right to left. This feels really nice after spending all day sitting at a computer or even just texting, holding our phones up. A nice way to release that tension. All right. And then we're gonna, on an inhale, come back through center with the head. And then we're gonna straddle out our legs. So right leg out to the right and left leg out to the left. In a comfortable straddle, nothing forced right now. Just the goal of this practice is very light, very gentle, decompressing and getting relaxed for some bedtime, right? So we're gonna first start by reaching the left arm up over our head and all the way over to meet the right foot. Again, if you can't reach the right foot, just, reach it so that it feels somewhat comfortable and so that you feel a nice side body stretch here. And you can reach naturally. My arm just kind of went under there, but reaching the right arm under towards the left side. And maybe closing the eyes or tilting the gaze up towards the ceiling. Just allowing the breath to flow in and out. And then sweeping that left arm. Actually, I don't want to sweep it up. This will feel nice. We'll go lower through the middle and then over to the right. And this time I just brought my left hand to my left foot. So perfect example of you go where your body feels most comfortable, right? And we close the eyes if that feels comfortable, or tilt the gaze towards the ceiling. And then on an inhale or an exhale, again, walk the hands through center. And then we're gonna frame the right leg and align the chest with the right leg. And then fold at the waist over the leg here. And you fold to whatever distance feels comfortable for you. And again, you let the neck hang nice and heavy here. Maybe you find a block or a pillow to place underneath the head if it doesn't meet the knee, or maybe you just let the head hang here. And we'll slowly, on an inhale or an exhale, walk our way over to the left side once more. Framing the leg with the hands and aligning the chest with the left leg. And we'll lower to a comfortable position. And we'll just let the head hang nice and heavy here. A few more moments in this posture, just allowing yourself to arrive. And we'll slowly begin to walk our hands towards the center of the mat. And then we'll stop here, and you're gonna reach the hands out in front of you as far as your body allows it. Maybe bring the forearms down. And then again, just let the head hang heavy here. Maybe you stack your fists on top of one another and let the head rest there. Or if you have a pillow or blankets, nice breaths in and out. And then we'll slowly press our way back up to center. And then we're going to bring the feet in towards each other. Kind of do some butterfly flaps here with our feet. Those are our knees, not our feet. Butterfly flaps with the knees, just to release some of that hip tension that you might be feeling after that straddle and the hip stretch. So you can slow down those flaps or stop them completely. And then we're going to find a diamond shape with our legs and separate our feet about 2 fists width apart. I'm going to take a nice inchworm our feet forward a little bit here to where it feels comfortable, just so there's like space underneath here, because we're going to be maybe a little bit more for me. I'll back up so you can fully see, but a little bit more. Again, whatever feels comfortable. And then we are going to take a decompressed frog. So we're going to reach our hands underneath those little spots of our knees, and then we're going to walk them through to either side. You might be thinking this is strange, but it'll feel really nice once we let the head rest. Maybe on a block, or maybe just allowing it to float in the air. Letting the chin tuck in towards the chest as feels comfortable for you. And folding over nice and slowly and arriving into this posture. A moment or two here, another couple of breaths in and out. And on an inhale, we'll slowly begin to find our way out of this yummy little posture. We'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out through the nose. Take a couple rounds of that breath, ujjayi or ocean breath, maybe keeping the eyes closed here, or just softly gaze towards your nose for some inhales and exhales in and out of the nose. So together we'll take an inhale and an exhale through the nose. Another inhale and exhale. All right, once more together, inhale. You can blink the eyes open. And those breaths are really nice, especially before bedtime, but throughout the day, if you feel you're, getting a little tensed up, or like your breath is kind of erratic or uneven, it's just a great way to just slow the nervous system down, slow the mind down, slow the body down. So with that, we will come into child's pose. So finding a way there comfortably. We'll point the toes together, knees are nice and out wide. Knees might crack. And then we'll reach the arms out in front of us. Or you can reach the arms down by your sides. That always feels great. But we'll let the head touch the earth, or maybe you have a pillow. And then we're just going to practice flipping the palms up towards the ceiling, keeping the head down. And then we're going to bend at the elbows here and create sort of a prayer pose behind the head, or going with our Thor theme, pretending as though you're Thor with your hammer behind your head, getting ready to swing it. So you're just going to stay here instead of swinging it. So sinking deeply down into the hips, onto the tops of the knees, onto the tops of the heels. Then we're on our elbows and prayer pose behind the head if it feels comfortable. Or if you prefer the option of leaving the arms down by your sides. That can always feel good if you've overworked the arms or the shoulders. A nice way to just relax the body, the upper back. On the next inhale, we'll lower our hammers if we took the prayer pose behind the head, slowly lowering back to earth. And then we're going to take a modified thread the needle with the hips low like this. So we'll take the left arm and thread the left fingers underneath the right armpit here. And you just let the head rest on the earth. And that flipping the palm up towards the ceiling feels nice. The left palm under that right arm. will be flipped up towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit deeper of a stretch, you can always take that right hand off the earth and tuck it into the left hip behind your back. Opens up the shoulders a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Then we'll slowly unravel and take it on the other side. So right arm under left. And take a nice thread the needle. Again, if you want to open that posture up a little bit more, you take the left arm behind the back and tuck the left hand into that right hip or thigh. And then we'll slowly unravel the few breaths on that side. Come back into a nice child's pose once more. And then we'll walk our hands back towards our knees. And we're gonna come onto our backs for some bridge pose. So knees are bent, arms are down by our sides. And we're just gonna play around here for a little bit, lifting the hips up, nice and slow from one vertebrae to the other, and then lowering vertebrae by vertebrae. So we'll take that about 2 more times. So vertebrae to vertebrae up, lifting through the hips, pressing down with the hands and the feet, then lowering down. Take it once more up, and then this time we'll hold for 3. Breathe for 2, and 1. Lower those hips. Good, and then we'll knock the knees together, walk the feet out just a little bit here, just to decompress the spine. And then we'll bring the knees back straight forward. We'll drop the left foot down, and then we'll bring the right knee, hugging it in towards our chest. But instead of just pulling it right in towards the chest, we're gonna take it down, up, and to the side. So down, out, and to the side, so that you're almost tucking your knee in towards your armpit. And this is a nice posture to help with digestion if you're having any digestion problems. And overall, just a nice way to decompress the spine. And overall, just allowing for relaxation. So keeping the left foot and the right foot flexed here will help to not only anchor down through that left hip, but protect the knee joint of the right leg. And then slowly, we're going to lift this left foot up, bending it at the knee, and then we're going to take some figure 4 on our back. So we're going to cross the right ankle over the left leg. We're going to reach the right hand in between that little window that we made with our leg, and then we're going to lift the left foot off of the earth and interlace the left and right hand underneath the left thigh. And again, flexing through the feet to protect the knee joints here for about a breath or 2. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the hips. So this posture, you take it as deep as you need it to go by pulling in and releasing that left thigh. And again, breathing deeply to get into those places of tension and practicing releasing with every inhale and every exhale. Great job. So we'll slowly twist now. We're just going to release the arms out to the sides. And we're going to drop that foot all the way over to the left side. And then we're gonna relax the neck and tilt it over to the opposite side our legs are going. So nice inhales and nice exhales. This feels really nice. Nice to get into the hips. All right, so slowly come back through center here. We'll unravel the legs and we'll take it on the other side. We're coming about to 9:30. We're going a little slower than I anticipated, but it's what the body calls for, right? So we'll hug the knee in towards the chest. We'll bring it down, out to the side and up towards the armpit here. Nice hug in. Again, flexing both feet just to anchor the right hip and to protect the knee joint of the left leg. And then we'll slowly begin to come in through our figure four. So crossing the left foot over the right thigh and bending at the right knee and hugging it in towards the body here as you interlace the fingers underneath the right thigh. And again, flexing those feet, protecting those knee joints, and playing with the tension of this posture by pulling in and releasing that right thigh with those hands. And inhaling and exhale through that tension, finding that sense of release and relaxation. A breath or two more here. Or you stay as long as you'd like. This can tend to feel pretty yummy, but like I said, we're coming around to 9:30. You've got bedtime to think about, so let's release that posture. And maybe we'll take a happy baby, or maybe you're ready for bed and you're already in bed if you're smart, right? Well, you're all smart for being here, but doing this in bed is probably genius. We're happy babying, we're releasing those lower back muscles here as you rock side to side. And lastly, we'll hug the knees in after that happy baby. Give a nice little squeeze. And then if you've got some pillows nearby, I'll encourage a lovely modification for Shavasana. So pillow, one of them can go under the knees. And then one of them underneath the back. And then we'll slowly lower and get nice and comfortable. Maybe you shut your lights off. Maybe you jump into bed if you aren't already there. And with a deep breath in and a deep breath out, we will let our bodies fall into our final resting posture, our Shavasana. Closing the eyes and letting the body melt into the earth. Letting the breath flow in and out. Filling up the lungs completely and fully. And releasing that breath completely and fully. Shavasana. Slowly and gently we'll begin to bring an awareness back into our bodies if we'd like. I invite you to stay right here in the Shavasana for about 5 minutes. If you have the time, do take it. If we're moving on, we are moving on. So we'll wiggle the fingers, we'll wiggle the toes, We'll gently find our way onto either the right or the left side of our bodies in a comfortable fetal position. And we'll slowly begin to push our way back up through center, finding a comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll bring our hands through heart center. And together we'll close the practice, bringing the thumb knuckles to the third eye center and bowing to each other as we say namaste. Namaste, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that class. I hope you're ready for bed. We ran about 5 minutes over, but you need it. So thank you again. My name's Desiree. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself, ask away. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Sleep
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, good. Yay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you, my friend. You too. It's a pleasure. See you next time. All right. So if you enjoyed that class, if you would love to send a love offering, they are always appreciated and always wanted. And we thank you for staying with us through all this time. And we're getting more classes on the agenda. We've got another 8 a.m. class tomorrow. Be a little funky flow, get the body moving and grooving for the weekend. So yeah, thank you again and enjoy the evening. Sleep well. Namaste.